Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is 5 instant steps to take control of yourself. Have you ever felt so overwhelmed by an emotion that you wanted to lash out, hurt someone, run away, or freeze up completely? Feeling out of control can be terrifying, but there are ways to stop the emotional roller coaster immediately. So let's talk about 5 simple steps anyone can take when they feel themselves losing it. These steps aren't just helpful for moments of anger or frustration. They work for any intense emotions that might be overwhelming you. And here's the best part. You don't have to wait until you are in the middle of an emotional storm to practice these techniques. Try them out now. See how they feel and how they make you feel. And then when the real situation comes, you will be more prepared to use them well. Number 1. Pause before you react. Take a deep breath. This may seem very basic, we know, but it really works. Giving yourself a 5-second gap between the trigger and your response can shift you from impulse to intention. Why does it work? Well, our brain reacts first and then sends signals to the rest of our body to follow up. So if you want to change the outcome, hack the system. When you feel yourself getting worked up, take a deep breath, count to 5. In doing so, you interrupt the brain's emotional response and create space for a more thoughtful reaction. It's like hitting the pause button on a TV remote. You're taking control of the volume knob on your emotional sender. When we pause, even for just a few seconds, we allow our prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and rational thinking, to catch up with our limbic brain, the part that processes emotions. When both parts of the brain are engaged, we can respond to situations in a much more balanced and effective way. Number 2. Name your emotion. Label what you're feeling. Awareness breaks the emotional grip. You've probably heard of how labeling emotions can help kids process their feelings. But guess what? It works for us grown-ups too. By putting a name to what you're experiencing, whether it's anger, fear, jealousy, or sadness, you lessen its hold on you. How does this work? By labeling emotions, we activate the prefrontal cortex, which helps us step back from the overwhelming feeling and gain perspective. It's like naming a pain helps it go away, right? Not entirely, but enough to bring things into balance. In a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, researchers found that simply labeling your emotions can help you process them better and reduce their intensity. The key is to be specific. Instead of just saying, "I feel bad," try to pinpoint the emotion. Are you annoyed, frustrated, disappointed, or sad? Being specific can help you understand your emotions better and find healthy ways to express them. Number 3. Shift your focus. Move your attention from the trigger to something neutral or productive. Focus equals power. Ever noticed how when you're really focused on something, it feels like everything else fades away? That's because focus takes up a lot of our mental real estate. So when we shift our focus from the source of our overwhelming emotions to something else, anything else, we can interrupt the emotional loop. It could be as simple as shifting your gaze to something across the room or mentally counting backward from 100. What matters most is that you consciously move your attention away from the trigger. Even if you can't fully stop the emotional response, shifting your focus can prevent it from escalating out of control. Number 4. Use physical anchors. Ground yourself with quick techniques like deep breathing, clenching your fist, or touching something cold. When we feel overwhelmed, our fight, flight, or freeze response kicks in. Our heart races, our breathing becomes faster, and our muscles tense up. These physical reactions are hardwired into our nervous system as a survival mechanism. But when we consciously use physical anchors, we can hack the system and bring ourselves back to the present moment. One great example is the cold press. Simply immersing your face in freezing cold water for about 30 seconds can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms us down. Another option is the power pose. Striking a confident pose, even if it's fake, can trick your brain into feeling more in control. These poses can range from standing tall with your hands on your hips to putting your hands together in a prayer position. There are plenty of other options like holding a cold drink, running cold water over your wrists, or using a mini hand massager. Experiment and figure out what works best for you. The important thing is to have a go-to physical anchor that you can rely on in moments of emotional intensity. And number 5, speak to yourself, not react. Replace inner panic with, "I've got this," or "This moment will pass." We often don't realize the impact of our inner dialogue until it spirals out of control. When we start predicting worst-case scenarios or berating ourselves for past mistakes, it's easy to get lost in a whirlwind of negative thoughts. But here's the game changer. You can override that inner critic by talking to yourself in a way that would calm down a friend. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Think of your inner self-talk as a little voice that's constantly commenting on your experiences and emotions. When that voice turns into a harsh inner critic, it can amplify your emotional responses and make you feel overwhelmed. On the other hand, when you treat that inner voice with kindness and understanding, it can be a source of strength and comfort. Start by noticing your inner dialogue and ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? If not, then don't say it to yourself. Instead of indulging in negative thoughts, engage in positive self-talk. Remind yourself of your strengths and past accomplishments. Tell yourself that you've got this, and this moment will pass. You see, your inner self-talk can significantly influence how you feel and react. So choose your words wisely and turn that inner voice into your biggest cheerleader. In conclusion, feeling out of control isn't fun, but these 5 instant steps can help you regain the upper hand. Remember, you don't have to wait for things to get bad before trying them out. Practice makes perfect. And when you're ready, reach out for support. There's no shame in asking for help. Just like you wouldn't hesitate to seek help for a physical ailment, don't hesitate to do so for your emotional well-being. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional. Together, you'll navigate through and come out stronger than ever.